Hello, hello. Welcome to day 978 of Connecting the Thoughts. Quote for today is make the time to meet yourself often. And speaking of time, I do apologize that I am very, very delayed today. And I guess I just needed to make some time to meet myself. Yes, what does it mean to you when I say make the time to meet yourself often? When you have been, it's the new year, it's a time for resolutions, it's a time for us to look at our resolutions and say, yes, this is what I'm going to do. We stay committed to it, we stay focused on it, but it tends to last for a month, 2 months, depending on how yeah, persistent you are. Hey Noah, here I see somebody who is a constant and who is beginning to become a regular on the lives. Thank you for joining us regularly. So tell me, when you made your resolutions for this year, when you decided your goals for health, for finances, for relationships, for anything and everything under the sun that you were thinking of, did you make some space, or did you also set some me goals, personal goals of, and these could be goals related to something that is very, very for yourself. What are you going to do for only you? And when I say only you, I mean something as simple as having having a gratitude journal for yourself, giving yourself some me time, where you're doing something that helps you unwind, helps you find time for yourself. Hey Darshan. So what are some things that you would like to do for only yourself? Because we come from a space of wanting to constantly give people, constantly give for the others. But what about your own self? You tend to get depleted. You tend to get a little drained out, a little left behind in the race, your own self. So stay with me on this and begin to include me time goals within your day. And it could be as simple as listening to music that connects with you, going out for a spa treatment, or just getting a haircut, or doing something with a friend, something that you are doing and feeding yourself, taking care of yourself, getting to know yourself better, spending time with yourself. It could be through meditation, it could be through a long drive that you want to go for, or just sitting by the beach watching the waves crash into the sand. It's just up to you. Sit with yourself, identify what are those things that make you happy, what are those things that bring you in alignment, make you feel peaceful, at peace with yourself, and what could you do so that you can get to know yourself more often. So make the time to meet yourself often. We always are, we have scheduled meetings with other people. I actually do schedule time to meet with myself. There's me time that I block off in the day, and I say, okay, this is my time, and I'm doing whatever I want with it, even if it means just idling the time away doing nothing. 15 minutes of that, because for me it feels like, okay, I have a 24-hour day, and in that 24-hour day, if I can give myself even 15 minutes of time where I am paying attention to how I'm feeling, paying attention to what's going on in my mind, what's the chatter, what are some fears coming up, what are some doubts that I might be having, what are some joys that I'm looking forward to, what are some things that brighten me up, like a kid, giving yourself that attention is so important, because it kind of sets the pace for things to come. It sets the pace and gives you a better understanding of what drives you, what holds you back, how can you kind of work your way through your mind, through your heart, and what could be the end goal, and how could you shape it together with yourself, with an awareness, with self-awareness. So this is how I see it. Let me know your thoughts on the idea of fixing an appointment with yourself, even if it is just, as I said, for 15 minutes. Some of us enjoy walking. And in that moment when you're walking, How often do you just stay silent with yourself? We're living in an age where constantly consuming content. Sometimes even when you're walking, you're listening to an audiobook or a podcast. If that's what brings you joy, go for it. But if you're doing just for the purpose of catching up with somebody else who's doing it, or just to be above the game with the others, don't even bother, because it's just before you do that, or else just before doing that, give yourself some peaceful time and then move forward. So this is how I see it. I think me time is so important now more than ever. We need to get to know ourselves better so that we can learn to understand what are our strengths, what are our weaknesses. Quite literally, when you're running a business, the big business gurus say you need to do a SWOT analysis. So yes, look at what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are some opportunities that can open up, and what could be the threats, the possible threats, when if you're not paying attention, what could go wrong in the scenario. So look at yourself as someone who is to be taken care of, someone who is worth the investment of your time. Because as I'd say with one of my hashtags, I said, return on intention. Come with the intention. No, you heard that right. It's return on intention, not on investment. Return on intention. So what is your intention as you get to know yourself better? The intention is purely and simply to do better, to get to know yourself better so that you can be better. Just be better. It's yeah. So work towards this. Get to meet yourself as often as you can. If this conversation has been of value to you, please write in comments saying I am self-aware. Let's create this as a ripple. I am self-aware in comments if this has been of value to you. And until tomorrow. And again, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do, because I post daily videos on the little things that make life big. It's called Connecting the Thoughts because it's a conversation where I share my thoughts, you share yours, we have inputs, and then there's conversation. There's more of positivity that we spread with the world. So if this has been of value to you, please write in comments saying I am self-aware. And until tomorrow, keep smiling, keep shining, stay safe, and thank you for connecting the thoughts with me. Thank you so much. Thanks.